What's the most disturbing thing your family has ever tried to hide from you? My Aunt Penelope committed a crime so horrible that everyone in my family pretended she never existed. Growing up, I always wondered why there was a gap in our family photos. In every picture hanging on the wall, there was an awkward space next to my mom, like someone had been purposely cut out. I asked about it once when I was 8, and my mom's face went pale. Just focus on your homework, she said, quickly changing the subject. It wasn't until I was 16 that I discovered the truth. I was helping my grandma clean out her attic when I found a dusty shoebox hidden behind some old Christmas decorations. Inside was a stack of newspaper clippings and photos of a woman who looked exactly like my mom. "Who's this?" I asked, holding up a yellowed photo. Grandma froze. Her hands trembled as she took the box from me. "That's Penelope, your mother's twin sister." "Mom has a twin? Why have I never met her?" Grandma sat down on an old trunk, sighing deeply. "Because she's been in prison since before you were born." The newspaper clippings told the horrifying story. 20 years ago, Aunt Penelope had been babysitting for a neighbor's 3-year-old son. When the parents returned, the child was gone. Penelope claimed he'd been kidnapped while she was in the bathroom, but police found blood in her car. "Did she?" I couldn't finish the question. "She was convicted," Grandma said quietly. "The little boy's body was never found." That night, I confronted my mom. She broke down in tears, explaining how the family had agreed never to speak of Penelope again. "We were identical in every way," Mom sobbed. "Same face, same voice. After it happened, people in town would see me and cross the street. They'd whisper. Some even threw things at me." 2 weeks after learning about my aunt, I received a letter with no return address. Inside was a single piece of paper with elegant handwriting. "Dear niece, I hear you finally learned about me. Everything they told you is a lie. I miss my sister. Maybe you could visit sometime? Love, Aunt Penelope." I didn't tell my mom about the letter. Instead, I did some research. The prison was only 3 hours away. After weeks of debating, I forged my mom's signature on a visitor form and drove there on a Saturday when I was supposed to be at a friend's house. The woman who walked into the visiting room looked exactly like my mother, just with gray-streaked hair and harder eyes. She smiled when she saw me, and it sent chills down my spine. "You look just like my sister," she said, sitting down across from me. "Why did you write to me?" I asked. "How did you even know who I was?" She smiled again. "I have friends on the outside. I've seen pictures of you growing up, your graduation, your prom." My blood ran cold. Someone had been watching me and sending her photos. "I didn't kill that boy," she said suddenly. "Your mother did." I laughed nervously. "That's ridiculous." "Is it? We were identical, remember? We switched places all the time as kids. Nobody could tell us apart." She leaned closer. "Ask your mother where she really was that night. Ask her about the fight we had right before. Ask her why she begged me to babysit in her place." I left the prison feeling sick. When I got home, my mom was waiting in the kitchen, her face white with fury. "The prison called," she said. "How could you go behind my back?" "She said it was you," I blurted out. "She said you killed that boy and framed her." My mom's face changed, not with shock or anger, but with something that looked almost like calculation. Then she laughed. Of course she'd say that. She's always been manipulative. But as she turned away, I noticed something I'd never seen before, a small scar behind her ear. In the photos of Penelope, there had been no scar. I've been watching my mom closely ever since, wondering which twin is really living in our house.